Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Football Inc. Thanks for joining from the Spurs Talk Show. Hope you guys are all happy and healthy doing the things you love. Quick stream over there, quick stream here. We got football to talk about. Today's mainly going to be probably in all likelihood about Tottenham, but we do have to talk a little bit about the other games that are going on. It's currently, I'm looking at the Burnley-Bournemouth game. Burnley Stadium looks pretty empty. It's still 0-0 as the second half.
Terrific game, Sean. Terrific game. 0-0 and 0-0.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, glad we're not missing that one. But guys, smash the like, smash the subscribe. Notification button should be squeezed. Comments should be dropped. We are sponsored, of course, by the wonderful people over at OK Jersey. You know what to do. Get yourself over there. They add new clobber all the time. New shirts, new retro, new Jeremy Jacquet's. Get you some 8% off at checkout. There'll be some new discounts coming towards the end of the season and lots of more options and ideas. If you need anything, you want anything, if you fancy getting the 84, or if there's a particular retro shirt from any particular club that you think would be a hot ticket seller, then let me know and I'll pass it on. They're very accommodating. So big up to them. We are also available on all of your podcast platforms. So if you are looking for company whilst you're walking the wife, then you can watch us back on Spotify. You can listen to us back on Apple and on Amazon. And and all that jazz. So big up to you lot who give us a follow and a rating over there. Johnny, how you doing, mate?
I'm okay. Looking forward to tonight's games. Some real monster ones. So I think we'll have a better idea by sort of 10 o'clock tonight, you know, who's more likely to win the title. Look, if City fail to beat West Ham in the last game, I think the title's over. Pep said so himself, and I actually think he believes that his team's nowhere near what it should be. And I'm surprised, really, because they have spent a lot of money, Sean. You know, if you think about last January, Cherky, Mamouche, and, you know, they brought in Mark Gahey to steady the ship, and Semenyo, good player. But it hasn't really made a difference. We thought, you know, as soon as Rodri came back, it would help them. But, you know, they struggled at home against Forest, 2-2. I know Forest are... the interesting thing about... Well, I'll come on to them afterward, but I thought that Arsenal had guaranteed to win the title. They had that blip, and City came all the way back to the point where if they won all the remaining games, they would win the title. And Arsenal fans were crying in their milk. They were going mad on AFTV, going on about how Arteta needs to go. And here we are, like just 3 or 4 games later, they're dancing in the streets. They could go 10 points clear tonight if they beat Everton. And Man City failed to win. I think the title's over. Sean, what do you think yourself?
Yeah, 100%. I'm inclined to think it's probably over anyway.
Yeah.
I'm having a long conversation with my mate John today. Johnny, who's a Liverpool fan, and actually he's a guy I grew up with, and he's such a smart guy. The way he's such a brilliant communicator, and the way he was like telling me, I was like, "Do you want to do a podcast? Right? Do you want to come on a podcast with me?" And he's like, "Well, I'd like to, Sean, but I'm not into football as much as I used to be." I said, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, many reasons." But he goes, he listed out the reasons why he's just sort of gotten over it a little bit. And he said it in such a, I won't be able to do anything like the right job, but he basically was sort of saying there's too many games, right? He thinks VAR has ruined the game entirely.
Great.
But he also thinks that, again, like we spoke about this before, the kind of bastardization of football, right? The fact that data, you know, people don't take shots from outside the box anymore because the data people have said that there's a better XG if you keep it and try and work it round, and the consequences of that the other teams know that that's going to happen. So they put 10 men into the box, and then you get, he goes, like, because I haven't seen the statistic, but I guarantee you that you get about 20% or more, 30, 50% or more blocked shots per game in the Premier League now than you would have done 5 years ago. And there
are more people in the box for sure. They saw a stat, more people in the box than there's ever been.
Okay, well, there you go, right?
Yeah.
Because players don't take shots from distance enough, right? Because they're always being told. And I was having a conversation with him about like world-class players, right? Name, like, if you were to have blocks of 5-year periods, like 2005 to 2010, 15 to 20, all that sort of thing, and then go from 20 to 26, how many world-class players in that block of people that we consider to be world-class players now, how many of them would compete with the world-class players of the previous 5 or 6 years? And the answer, I think, is none. But it's not because I think that they're less talented. I think it's because they've had their creativity and their technique completely removed from their game by coaching and by data people that have tried to, eke out the marginal percentage gains. And I think that Manchester City, back to the point about Arsenal, like Arsenal are being rewarded. And unfortunately, the game is at a depreciated value because Arsenal's method of doing this, right, where they're looking for those marginal gains, where it's all about bigger, stronger, faster. It's about the set pieces. It's about the pushing and shoving, all of this shit. Like, they're being rewarded because it's working. So other teams are going, well, if they're doing it, we've got to do it. And then there's probably only one example in the top echelons of football in the Premier League that still try to play something like possession-based and attractive football, and that's probably Manchester City. But because everybody else is moving towards the bigger, stronger, faster thing, that possession-based technicality sort of merchants, that's not working as much against them. And so they're more and more likely, they find it more difficult to beat the mid-table teams, or they have at least less success doing it than Arsenal do, which is why I think it's a fait accompli that Arsenal win the league. But I also think it's like another death nail in the coffin of football. There's a reason why people are not going to games as much. There's a reason why people are not watching the games as much. Maybe it's because of the economy, Johnny, but I also think it's because people just don't enjoy football as much.
It's shit football, Sean. It really is shit football. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Arsenal have scored 31 goals from set pieces. 31.
Out of how many?
I'm not quite sure how many they've scored. Check it out. I'm not sure, but I know it's 31 set pieces. But the one thing that always mystifies me...
Premier League, yeah?
Yeah.
So 31 out of 59, so more than 50%.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, right? But what I would say to you is...
And a few own goals thrown in there.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of own goals. They had a whole period they got out of jail for the whole own goals. But my club, or our club, the one thing that really infuriates me is when we're defending a corner, for example, everyone is in the box. Back in the day, I remember having one on the halfway line and one outside the box, halfway between the halfway line. So if the ball came out, get headed out, right, you could potentially break, which also meant that the attacking team couldn't leave one player back. They had to leave maybe 3 players back to cover that possible counter-attack. I don't see that at all now. Didn't see it under Thomas Frank. Don't see it under this manager. All in the box. Richarlison, right? It used to be Harry Kane, but Richarlison has been doing drills to be the guy to head the ball away from set pieces. Okay, that's his job. And he does it a lot. He heads away a lot from corners against us. I'd rather see him on the fucking halfway line. You know, I don't understand it. But the game is gone, and he's absolutely spot on.
Well, you could have done back in the day. You could have had someone like Brennan Johnson sat on the halfway line because he could at least. He was the guy that if you did break over the top, he could have put it away. I don't really have faith in Richarlison's pace.
No, not with the legs. It's probably
the
wrong example. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, if you had someone that could do it, and we saw it, Monaco did it against us, and it was very healthy. There's a team in Holland that leaves 4 people up. 4 people up. I think it's called. I think they're called. Oh fuck! I can't remember. It's the gung ho of gung ho footballs you've ever seen. It's crazy. I forget the name.
But it makes the offense. But what it does, it makes the team that's on the offense, attacking from the corner, have something else to think about. Oh, well, we're all going to go in. We're all going to go in. But maybe they can't, because if they don't get it right and the ball's cleared, they're going to be in trouble. You know, we're susceptible to a breakaway. No, I just think football's become ugly. Why is it that in Europe, most of the teams got spanked? You know, they weren't playing set pieces. Have we become, the point I'm trying to make here, have we become in the Premier League so set piece focused and so data focused that we've forgotten how to express ourselves and play expression of football? I want a player who's out of position, picks up the ball and drives, and he does something out of the ordinary. Because if you're a scout,
it's been taken out of the game, mate. These guys are trained. Like, do you think Bukayo Saka has become a worse player over the last 2 years?
Yes.
But okay, but why? Why? Is it because he was never that good, or is it because he's been trained out of him to recycle the ball if there's not a clear opening?
I think he's a top player. He's left foot, right foot, fantastic player. But a bit of it for me is a bit that he's been overplayed since he was 18. He's like played the volume of games he's played is huge. But for me, Arteta has strict rules on how they play the game, right?
Right, exactly, yeah.
And
and those things, and like anyone, like, can you imagine Paul Gascoigne or David Ginola?
No chance.
Would those guys be allowed to do what they did then today? They wouldn't be allowed to, would they?
No. You have to,
and that is a fucking problem, mate, because it's ruining the game. Because I fell in love with Tottenham because of Ginola, right? Yeah. And Klinsmann before that, but when I was growing up, it was Ginola. He was just just boundless flair and energy in my youth when you were looking for something, a reason when Tottenham weren't that great, but he was doing his thing. Gareth Bale doing his thing. Like those, I don't think those players would be allowed to do those sorts of things to the same degree today as they were before.
No, 100% not. You're not allowed to express yourself. And this is what I'm saying. If you are a data analysis and you're analyzing a team, like say you're analyzing Arsenal, you know how they're going to play. It's whether or not, the question is, can you negate the way they play? And most people can't. But my point is, you will be able to see the patterns of play over and over and over and over again. You can see what Martinelli's going to do. His take-ons, Martinelli. Look, the good thing, Saka's take-ons are always going to be to a high level because of his ability to play on both feet, right? You can't push him in.
Did you not see how frustrated Gyökeres was getting in the middle part of the season when Bukayo Saka would break and Gyökeres would make that run expecting Saka to whip it round, but Saka would pull it back nearly every time and then recycle it back across to someone like to someone like Eze or someone else around the center of the box. And like, to me, I'm just sitting there going, did you see the sorry, let me give you a better example. Celta Vigo against Lyon on Thursday night. Celta Vigo scored a breakaway goal that was one of the most delicious moves. It wasn't like technically sensational, Johnny, but it was free-flowing, one-touch passing, and it just split through Lyon on the counter. And then I was like, go on, please finish that. Please finish that. And it was a delicious finish, and it goes in, and it's 1-0 at the time. And I was like, that's pure football, nice counter, one-touch passing, amazing movement. You just don't see that anymore because the data people will say you're more likely to get to get a pass that gets to where it needs to go if you take a touch first and then you prepare yourself, set yourself, and then pass it. And if everyone's looking at the data and the expected this and the expected fucking that, it just rips that instinctive sort of that novelty of football. And in the Premier League, it has been bastardized so much, not so much in Europe. I used to think that European football was boring compared to the Premier League, Johnny. I find myself watching European games on Thursday night.
I'd rather watch a Spanish game. I'd rather watch a Spanish game at some of the games. I mean, look, we play, last season and this season, the horseshoe football around the edge of the box for our club. It's so frustrating. You hear the fans in the stadium, they square the ball. Shoot. No, square pass. Listen, funny enough, there's a little bit of an article here about Saka, funny enough. Saka's, where is it? His rate of productivity has, in fact, nearly halved from last season, when a stellar individual campaign was interrupted by a hamstring tear he suffered in December. The injury required surgery and put him on unfamiliar ground. But that was last season. And yet last season, he managed a goals and assists per 90 of 0.86, which is the highest he's achieved. He started off 21-22 at 0.5, then 0.6, then 0.7, and then last year 0.86. Wow. This season, 0.48. Okay. But that may reflect that Saka played too much in the years leading up to this. He was rarely rotated, let alone substituted. His importance to the side, too great. But it was obvious from his performance that he benefited from the rhythm and regularity. Saka has, of course, recovered from the injury, All players experience dips, and Arsenal's conviction he will get back to his best is clear in their decision to hand him a £70 million new contract.
Isn't that amazing, Johnny? We're talking about going from 1 goal or assist a game to half a goal and assist a game, and I didn't realize he was still doing that. Half a goal and like every other game, he's getting a goal and an assist. Is still fantastic numbers, isn't it? It's still 20 GA.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's still he's dip, the so-called dip, right? His goals last year 0.31, 0.28. The assist has dropped off a cliff. This is where it's really affecting them. He was at 0.52, yeah, and now he's at 0.14. So he's dropped off considerably, and his chances created has dropped off considerably. But the one thing that hasn't is his dribbles completed. You know, like I said,
he's at 0.14 GA now. Is that what you're saying?
No, 0.14 assists compared to that's in his assists.
Right. Okay.
So his goals is all right. His assists have completely dried up.
Still getting a goal every 3 games or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no, he's still a fantastic player. I just question whether or not he is. Yeah, 100%. I'm just saying there's no one's ever gonna like win an argument saying he's not a good player. But it's just I just wonder whether or not is it fatigue? Is it overplaying? Probably. Is it the injury? Possibly. But is it also a little bit of it the way that Arteta is like butchering creativity in pursuit of outcomes that are better for the team, and it kind of suppresses the creative freedom of the individual. And the problem is that that's fine. I don't care about Arsenal, but the fact that it's working for the most part means that it's a recipe that has yielded something or will likely yield a lot this season, and so it's a proven formula. And so everybody else who doesn't have that will then go, well, if that's what they're doing, that's what we all should do. And it will just continue to degrade the enjoyment of the fans of what they're actually watching week in, week out. I don't want to watch set piece FC. No one does. You'd much rather watch free-flowing great football, let the cookie crumble as it does. But if everyone sees Arsenal doing it and it yields success, and Manchester City trying to persevere with the former version of football and seeing less success, then the rest, it's a self-fulfilling cycle towards an outcome that I don't want to see, and I know you don't want to see it, and I'm sure the chat don't want to see it, not just with Arsenal and City, but with everybody else in between. Now, the only thing I can hang my hat on, Johnny, around a solution is that, like anything in life, there's always evolution. And so at some point, there will be a clever manager who will come up with a solution that can move the pendulum back, because robotic, bigger, faster, stronger football will have a weakness somewhere, and at some point someone will come up with it, and once that template has been established, everybody else will go for that, and then the people that are stuck doing the bigger, stronger, faster technical bollocks all the time, well, that won't work anymore, and so hopefully the pendulum will fall back towards
we want to go back. Yeah, we want to go back to look, I just think that I hate Arsenal, right? But you know, this is a football show and we talk about all things, right? But what I would say to you is I do believe that Arsenal team are capable, with the players they have, of playing expansive, entertaining football, and they're not doing it. That's where I'll leave it. Yeah. And I believe that Manchester
they do in Europe, don't they? In Europe, they play better football because other teams let them do, and they still have us doing it that way. You know?
Yeah, I mean they definitely are. But you know, I would rather watch Man City than watch Arsenal at the moment. But there are plenty of teams out there, you know, that are trying to play expansive football. I had some numbers the other day. Where was it? I can find it. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find it. No, but I just don't feel that we're witnessing the greatest football, and you know, because it's Arsenal, people will think to yourself, well, you know, you're bitter and twisted because of what's going on. You look at someone like Nottingham Forest, right? They had, across the last 4 matches at the City Ground, Sean, this new manager's got them trying to play football. In all competitions, Nottingham Forest had 88 shots, of XG of 6.44, 126 touches in the opposition box, and they scored 1 goal.
Yeah, so that's exactly what we're doing here. What we're doing here. I mean, it's just it doesn't work. Like it's horrendous. If you're a Nottingham Forest fan, you must be pulling your fucking hair out.
Well, I mean, it's like they've converted just 8% of their shots in all competitions this season, the lowest ratio of any Premier League side. I mean, it's...
Well, that's a nice idea. What do you think of this one? I was talking to my mate John about this as well. John was saying to me they've got to figure out a way to stop the attacking players swarming the box. And obviously, European referees are trying to curtail it, but the Premier League haven't. Mark Terinda here, big up to you, Mark, says a solution for the set piece FC would be to ban attacking players in the 6-yard box at set plays might help. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I think I'm sure Arsene Wenger's trying everything. He wants to be clear daylight for offensive players. I'm not sure how that one will work, but it may be clear up VAR. I'm sure it will do something. I mean, listen, this is another one. Nottingham Forest have only restricted their opponents to 0 shots on target in the first half of 8 out of 42 games in all competitions this season. But 3 of those have come in the 6 games since Pereira has arrived as manager. So, you know, a manager can change it around. I just find struggling watching some of the games now. The Sunderland had a goal scored and had it disallowed. But, you know, what were you looking at? 0-0 and 0-0. Have they scored any goals yet? Yeah, Brighton have taken the lead. Minty, like him, good player. Brighton have taken the lead. But the other games, Burnley 0, Bournemouth 0. Sunderland had taken the lead and hadn't done anything with it. But yeah, look, I'm hoping that next season evolves. Whether or not we're in it is another matter. But listen,
yeah, hopefully by the time we come back up, maybe if we ever do, maybe there'll be some different rules that we can get involved in.
The other game, let's have a quick. So Arsenal-Everton, what are we thinking about that one tonight, Sean? I think Everton will give them a hard game, mate.
I think I said 1-0 in my prediction to Arsenal.
I think Everton will give them a hard game, mate. Moisey's having a good record away from home. They'll have one eye on the game on Tuesday. I think maybe I don't know. I think Everton will get at them. And we've seen if you can get at them, you get in their faces, you can get a result. I do think there'll be more controversy, more diving, maybe an Everton player sent off or something can happen, but we shall see. And the other
big up to Samantha. Big up to Samantha. You must be an Arsenal fan. You don't like hearing a little bit of negativity about the club. I'm sure you felt, if you are an Arsenal fan, Samantha, I'm sure you felt like that Noni Madueke's penalty was justified, like your bozo donut colleague in the commentary team, Martin Keown. You know,
Martin Keown. Martin.
Yeah.
Boring West Ham, Man City. Look, we've already said that Arsenal are likely to win the title. We're asking for better football, and we believe that Arsenal can play better football with the squad they have. And he plays a rigid system. You'll go on to win the title. Good luck to you. But, you know, it's not the type of football I want to see. And the same goes for many people I've spoken to, whoever they support, not just Spurs fans. West Ham, Man City. Do you think they can do it tonight, Man City? Or do you think West Ham will be so up for it? No Somerville tonight, which would be a big blow for them.
No, I think Man City will get it. But yeah, I'm very worried. I'll be watching it. Was it 8 o'clock, isn't it? Tonight's the late one, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'll be watching it.
Games.
I do think that Man City will. There's a chance that City will choke, but I still think that City should be able to win quite comfortably 3-1. I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Be interesting to see what happens in that game. And as I say, you know, if West Ham win, I think they'll go to safety because that's a huge game they hadn't bargained on winning. And Haaland is struggling big time. All that conversation that they were glad they never got Harry Kane, Sean, and they're glad they got Haaland. Haaland's great at scoring goals.
Yeah.
CC, this is interesting. Football stars will reset themselves as a reaction. For instance, Villa against corners will place 2 to 3 players around the halfway line, but the wrestling arms around each has to stop. It's ridiculous. See, Villa do that, CC. Spurs, everyone in the box. They're not even.
We're too scared. We're too scared of what other teams can do to us and what we can do to them. There's absolutely zero cognizance of for every action there's a reaction, and there's no cognizance that if you put 2 men on the box, then 2 men come out of the box from the defensive side, But that's what we come to expect from our shitty football club. Speaking of shitty football clubs, Johnny, we are talking about Tottenham Hotspur with the Spurs manager thing. Look, were you expecting to see Tudor sacked after? Or were you on Wednesday morning by the time you got back from Madrid? Were you expecting us to be new manager search? Or...
Listen, I expected him. Honestly, I woke up in Madrid in the morning feeling groggy. I mean, been a long 2 days. Got there on the Monday. Obviously, the debacle on the Tuesday. I managed to stay to the 87th minute, which I don't remember the last time I left early, but I did. I missed the concussion. I expected to wake up and see him sacked. I really did. I mean, there were loads of people calling for him to be sacked, aka Martin Joel style, but it didn't happen. And then, to hear that he's going to take charge of Liverpool. Let's be honest, Sean. My thoughts on this Liverpool game coming up. I'd rather see Callum Mulawesi get a game, mate. What have we got to lose? We're going to lose. I don't believe that we have a chance in hell. I think we've won once in the last 30. We won one of the last 31 games up at Anfield, even when we've had good teams. But this manager, who's played Archie Gray in 4 different positions, who played Pedro Porro at centre-back, he has to go. He should have gone. But the board were so convinced in their conviction that Tudor was the right guy. And if you listen to Johan Lang, he said, yes, Igor Tudor is the type of guy, we've met him, and he's the type of guy, he's definitely the guy for the job. He's the guy that can come in on Monday morning, look at the players, make a decision and adapt to get this team winning. He's done it before, he'll do it again. And not only do I think that he can get us out of trouble, I could see a situation where he could be here for a long time. Well, adapt he hasn't. He's played exactly the same as he did at Juventus, 3 at the back, regardless of the fact whether we've got 3 defenders that can play in that position. He's playing the same boring football as he played at Juventus, and he's as good at the press conferences as he was at Juventus. So I'm not sure what they watched, but he's going to have to go. The question is, Sean, will bringing anyone in make any difference? I personally don't think so. I think it's all too late to bring anyone in that can do much. Unless we bring them in now.
Yeah, look, I think I think we're going down anyway. I think that the energy of the football club is ridiculous. I think that from listening to the press conference from Igor Tudor, I actually don't disagree with most of what he says in the press conference. Basically calling out victimhood mentality, right? All the player, or half the players, 20, 50% of the players, some percentage of the players are feeling sorry for themselves. And the questions from the journalists are like, is the club doing anything to support the mental health of the players? I mean, do me a fucking favor. It's not like they've gone through, it's not like they witnessed a murder or, something horrendous happened to their family. They've just lost a fucking few games of football. But I mean, I don't know what it's like, obviously, but I genuinely do really worry about this sort of younger generation and just this kind of woke mentality of always like the tiniest little thing going wrong in your life, whether it's professional or personal, and you just sit there and cry, poor me, another. Woe is me. Like, fuck off. Man up. Right? Like, I'm sorry. I agree with Igor Tudor. I don't think he's a good
100%.
tactician. I didn't agree with him not consoling Kinski, right? You put Kinski in there. He slipped a couple of times. horrendous. You made the decision to save him from himself, to save the football club, to bring him, whatever. But you don't ignore him and let him trudge down the thing. It looked horrendously isolated. So like, there's moments where you can sit there and be a little bit like not a comfort blanket, but just do the human being thing of like saying, it'll be all right, mate. Listen, we had to do it, but you know what I mean? It's fine, right? Don't worry about it. Come on, man up.
That's all he needed to say.
That's all he needed, right? But this fucking bullshit narrative that has come out from Igor Tudor, not bullshit narrative from him, bullshit narrative about the sensitivities of these fucking players, Johnny. It's embarrassing, mate. It's embarrassing. It's not like they've been in a war zone. They've got PTSD. It's not like they've had to go, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we actually doing? You lost a couple of games of football, and like the captain of the football club, Mickey van der Ven, or one of the captains of the football club, he said, I can't look at my phone anymore. It's just horrendous.
I can't look at it.
Shut up. Do your fucking job. Grow a pair. You're the luckiest bastard in the world, right? You've got an unbelievable talent. You're playing football, which is everyone's dream job. I know you don't get paid as much as others, but you're still getting paid more than 99.99% of people in the UK. You're a good-looking geezer. You've probably got a great wife. You're healthy. It ain't that fucking bad. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Man up, strap on a pair, and actually go to work. And if Igor Tudor is sitting there and in press conferences literally saying, we've got a victimhood mentality, I'm sorry. I actually agree with him. He might not be the right guy, wrong time, or wrong guy, right time, whatever. But his actual analysis, if what he's saying is true, Johnny, it's fucking disgraceful.
I believe it.
These players. I believe it as well.
I believe it 100%. Mickey van der Ven, I said to you at the Palace game, coming out like he couldn't be asked to be there. There's all the kids lined up. All the mascots, and he comes out with a mouthful of water and gobs it on the floor, looking like he was so disinterested in any of them, walking out like he couldn't give a shit. When he got sent off, there was no, I'm really sorry, guys. No sorry to the fans or hiding his face. It looked like he didn't give a shit. Then I can't look at my phone. It's really upset me. I don't listen to any of it. It's a horror show right now. You're the fucking leadership group. And what does he do? I'm at the ground where he's marching over to the fans at the away end, wants to have a fight with them.
Yeah.
Come marching over.
Imagine if a fan actually, imagine if he did actually square up to a fan, and if a fan actually did throw a punch at him. He'd never come out. He'd never say boo to a goose ever again. I'm sorry. These are prima donnas that need their asses wiped. They can't even be trusted to take their passport. They have to hand over their passport like someone who's on fucking parole. They have to hand over their passport to the football club because they can't be trusted to turn up to the airport for an away game with all the documentation they need. Like, they are mollycoddled and they can't stand a little bit of rough weather. Like, it's a little bit choppy at sea, so they're seasick over the side. Fuck off, mate. I've got no sympathy. I've got absolutely no sympathy for these children whatsoever. I really don't. Because you know what? Like, everyone in life has got problems. I guarantee you the problems that half the people that are watching this channel right now...
would love that problem.
We'd love their problem. And these guys wouldn't be able to handle your problems, chat. They wouldn't be able to know, I might not be able to make my mortgage payment next month because, AI is taking my job. Or I've got a kid who doesn't have a fucking clue what he's going to do with his life because he can't get on the housing ladder. He can't get a job. And AI is taking everything. Or I fell out with my wife because, you know what, I'm not bringing home the bacon and the guy next door won the lottery and he's like their problems. They are problems. Losing a fucking football game is not a problem. It's not a fucking problem. It's only a problem if you sit there and poor me. It's all about me. I'm sick to death of it, Johnny. And you know what? I actually empathize with or sympathize with Igor Tudor. Do I think he's the right guy? No. Should he be sacked? Yes. But you know what? What is the solution? Do we need to bring in a kindergarten teacher? Is that what we need?
We need a nursery teacher.
Is the only guy that's going to be able to get something out of these players for the next 9 games is someone that's going to sit them down and give them their half-litre of milk every day and play and give them a Band-Aid on their knee when they scrape it in a tackle? Do one. Man up. This is more important to other people than it clearly is to you, and I'm not impressed with what I'm hearing at all.
No, I totally agree. Like Igor upset me. Igor told me I was shit. Yeah, well, you are. You're a shadow of your former self. You really are. The leadership group, Mickey van der Ven. What leadership qualities has he shown? Huh? What's he shown? Cootie
None.
Romero. What's he shown?
None. Petulance is what he's shown.
In our hour of need. 4
100%.
games he was out for. Then
They're
he's
not there
again, right? Then Mickey's done it, and let's be honest, Mickey was lucky not to be sent off against Atletico Madrid with that mad tackle. Pedro Porro, after the Palace game, coming off, he right in front of me, smashing up the chair and screaming and like a brat. Where was that commitment on the bloody pitch against Palace, mate? Right? Don't show it for the cameras.
By the way, for anyone that's watching who thinks that Jonny and I are suddenly absolving the ownership of their responsibility in this, we're not, right? We're not. It's a pizza pie of blame. The ownership is responsible for their shit show.
Correct.
The management are responsible for theirs. The DOF is responsible for theirs, and the players are responsible for theirs. But we need the players right now. The management can't do anything, right? They've got one more roll of the dice. They got one more Hail Mary to throw. If we lose tomorrow and Tudor hasn't been able to find the right words in the right order, they need to go and find someone else. And that's it. After that, there's not a single thing that they can do. There's not a single thing that anyone can do apart from the guy in the hot seat, the coaching staff, and the players. And the vast majority of the responsibility, Jonny, lands on the fucking players. And when I read the shit that I'm reading in the press conferences and through the planted media speak, who are trying to distract, by the way, and maybe, listen, that Sarah on Spurs 5, maybe she had a point. That if there is PR spin going on, the PR spin is working because maybe I'm falling for it, and the ownership are trying to find ways to make it not about them. But if there's even a single iota of truth that these players are that much of a fucking baby that they need mental health checks for losing a couple of games of fucking football, then we got bigger problems than we think.
The crowd shouted at me.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
The crowd shouted at me. Oh, listen. Like what you said before, I know people who have very little money who come to the odd game a year. They manage to get to a game. They see that performance and the players want to take umbrage with the fan for being upset at the performance. And people that came over for the Palace game from Belgium, from Norway, from Sweden, spent fortunes to watch that. I saw people who had never been to a European game, Atletico Madrid, despite how bad we are, they turn up. I just feel like these players are such sport brats, so cosseted. They've got no idea what the real world is like. Odegaard was anxious playing at home, mate. It's football. It's football. You're going to get, can you imagine? Like, you're a golfer. You're on your own. You don't have a team behind you. You've got one guy. You're on the final tee. You've had a couple of bad holes. Everything could be falling apart. You get, as you're walking down, you get fans shouting shit at you, but there's nowhere to hide. You're on your own. This is a team game. But I don't see team. There's no I in team. There's no teamwork. The leadership group, Vicario, what do we see him doing? Shouting at the youngsters, shouting at Archie Gray after he's fucked up, right?
Doesn't shout at Romero because he knows he'd get headbutted.
Correct. Right? Correct.
Almost bullying. Almost bullyish, right?
3 of the leadership group couldn't lead us out of a fucking nursery. Honestly, it's absolutely embarrassing.
Do you know what, mate? If we went down, I wouldn't sell a fucking one of them. I would loan them out, but I wouldn't loan them to a football club. I'd loan them to the army. I'd loan them to the army for a year, right? Go and spend some time at Sandhurst, right? Let the army captains break you down and build you up because you need to come back with a fucking pair of stones between your legs. That's what you need, not a pair of fucking Pampers. Well,
do you remember?
It's absolutely embarrassing, this football club.
I don't know if you remember, but before the FA Cup, normally the big FA Cup games or the FA Cup final, you would get them back in the day. There would be like a whole day of FA Cup special from beforehand, and the old school managers would send them on the army. We're going to send you to the army. You're going to do the army assault course. 2 weeks ago, they were sent to the army to do an assault course, right? Yeah. To get them, manned up, or they would be running along a beach in the pissing rain on the sand. Shit like that.
They need a taste of the other side of life, mate.
Spurs is a 6-star luxury resort It's a 6-star luxury resort. Put them in a porta cabin with cold running water, no hot showers, right? Give them
Which, by the way, Johnny, is the sort of environment they'll be playing in away from home every single other week next season.
Correct.
How are they going to handle that? How are they going to handle that? I can't have a shower. It's lukewarm. Lukewarm.
Have you seen the sausage rolls? Have you seen the sausage rolls?
What are we doing here?
No sushi. No sushi.
No sushi? I can't eat this. Fucking outrage. Honestly, I'm so wound up because if what Igor Tudor is saying is true, mate, then like he's clearly not the right guy anyway because he's like but I don't know what is the right guy.
He's right though, sure.
He's right. He is. But I hear
people saying, "Oh, it's the wrong approach." The woke side of the fan base is saying it's the wrong approach. You need to put your arm around them, right? The problem is you need a mix. Some people need the arm around them. Other people need a kick up the arse. It's as simple as that. They need it. Look at Phil Foden, right? Phil Foden thought he could walk into that Manchester City team, playing every week. He got distracted with a whole load of crap. Same with Jack Grealish, right? Gets his £100 million move, wins the title, then goes off the rails. It's not going to tolerate it. At our club, we tolerate bullshit. There is no pride in the badge. They don't understand what it is to be a Spurs player. And, we're not too big to go down. No one's too big to go down. Although I must admit, if you'd have asked me in 2019, when we came out that Champions League final, if I told you in 5-6 years you'll be fighting relegation, would you believe us? Okay, no, because I thought we were on the ascendancy, not going down, not going down. Do you think we need? Oh, here's another thing. So Igor Tudor, they appointed Igor Tudor, but they didn't do the due diligence, Sean, to work out that he can't bring his assistant coach. There's no Heitinger. There's no Mason. There's no Matty Wells. So there's no fucking assistant, right? There's no assistant because they've all gone. Heitinger didn't want to have anything to do. So the guy's blowing his whistle. He's doing all the jobs. All he's got is his data guy, right? So mistake number one. So if you bring in Ryan Mason, which is where I think they're going to go, there's no assistant coach. So who can he bring in? I think he's going to bring Ryan Mason. Does he bring Ryan Mason, Glenn Hoddle, and Sherwood? Not going to
get us out of this.
No, I don't believe he will either. I don't believe anyone can.
Glenn Hoddle and Tim Sherwood. First of all, Tim Sherwood is a bigger dick than anybody else on the offering list. The guy's the guy's personality is just abrasive. Like he thinks he's done something and he hasn't. Glenn Hoddle, no disrespect, but also a bit of a donut. Like from the way he comes across to me on commentary teams, he just criticizes all the time, just non-stop criticism. And who's the other one? And Ryan Mason. Fuck, Ryan Mason's part of the problem, right? Like the fucking nepotism of our club.
That's just
fly the nest, right? I was really happy when he went to West Brom. Flew the nest. Go off and forge your own career, mate. Rather than
thank God he won't be our assistant, our temporary manager.
Doesn't work out, and now we're going to bring him home. It's like you've got a mum, right? Who's like, oh. My son's finally left. She's broken hearted at the empty nest syndrome. And then as soon as he has an argument with his missus, come home. I'll come back. I'll make your bed.
I'll iron your shirts.
I'll make you a nice home. I'll make you a lasagna. Fuck off. No, Ryan Mason. Forge yourself your own career. Stop being the bridesmaid. If you're good enough, go and forge yourself a career. Maybe West Brom wasn't the right one for you, but try somewhere else. You can't have it. There you go,
Sully. Sully, spot on, mate. Magnolia, wallpaper, wallflowers, mate. Waste of absolute time.
I genuinely think, mate, the only one of the previous, like one of our own sort of thing, even though it's not one of our own, the only one I think might have the communication style to be able to get through. And it's a massive Hail Mary. And I don't think it will work either way. But the only one I'd get excited about, I think, and go on then, let's have a go. I'll get behind this one. Probably. He's absolutely fantastic, Harry Redknapp. You get the boys back together. You bring in Jermaine. Like it might lift the energy, right? It might just lift the energy of the fan base to have him back, and that sort of thing can have some sort of, like indirect, intangible.
Can you bring Harry in, Sean? Bring Harry in.
Yeah, bring in Harry. Bring it. But the thing is that if Harry Redknapp wanted the job,
bring Harry in. Have you got him up? You might as well bring Harry in.
Oh no, I'll close it down. I haven't got it. Sorry.
All
but
right,
if I can do it. I can do it. Let me take a couple of seconds.
But for me, it has to be someone that understands the club and will just basically come in here, put all the crap to one side. I'd put him in a porter cabin, mate. I wouldn't even give him any luxury whatsoever, mate. Bring in packed lunch, right? No one wants to make them wash their own boots. I would give them back to fucking basics, because right now these are the most mollycoddled footballers I've ever seen. I've been to Hotspur Way. I've seen how stunning it is. I mean, honestly, I haven't seen the 6-star hotel, but I've seen the rest of it. And to be honest with you, you wouldn't want to leave. It's not the place that you'd want to. You'd be quite happy to stay there. What are you thinking, Harry?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I probably shot myself in the foot when I was on TalkSport by saying, listen, I had a phone call from Daniel. I hadn't spoken to him for about 12 years or so, but he called me up. He told me all about how he was walked out. He was marched out. Frogmire was very strange, absolutely strange, not fantastic at all. But listen, the fact he did say to me, he said, Harry, if I was still there, I'd be bringing you in for the end of the season. At the end of the day, Johnny, I think if Vinay and I think if Joe, Vivian and Charlie and if these guys and Matthew Collicott and Sherrington, is it? I don't know Sherrington. I don't know Peter. But if those guys got wind of the fact that I said that Daniel said he would like to bring me back in, well, given the relationship between Daniel and those guys, I'd probably imagine that they're not going to hire me. So I'm not expecting the phone call, Johnny. But if the phone call came in, I'd absolutely love to get there. It'd be absolutely fantastic to get. And we're going to bring the boys back. Listen, everyone's talking about how do we play on the left-hand side? Is that Sousa guy? Is he really the right player? Or Jed Spence, right footer? Not really what I'm thinking. I'd bring back Benny. I'd bring back Benny Asuakotu. I mean, what a player he was. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I don't think it would be too much of an issue. Dulce's already there. Absolutely, Michael Dawson, what a player he was. I'd stick him back in the team, There's forget that Romero fella. I mean, he's an absolute lunatic. You put in Michael Dawson, I know he's a little bit old now, but he can still do a job for me. And I think I'd keep them up. I do, I really do.
What about Nico? What about Nico?
Nico Crenshaw. I mean, what a player he was. I think I could get something out. I think I could get a tune out of Chavy Simmons. He's a little bit like Nico, he's got a bit of flair and creativity, but he can get forward and do a bit of guile as well. So, yeah, listen, I'd do the job, Johnny. I would do the job. Mate, would you like to have me, Johnny? Would you like to have me?
I'll have you back. I'd love to have you back, Harry, with shame you can't bring Harry back with you or Jermaine, but maybe Nico and the boys. I mean, I don't know if you got Harry there with you.
Yeah, as it does. As I do as it does. Yeah, about. Let me go and find it. 1 second. Let me go and find it. 1 second. Oh, yeah. Obviously, it'd be great. It'd be great to come out. Obviously, but unfortunately, left Tottenham playing for Bayern Munich. So, yeah, obviously, it'd be difficult.
So, look, Harry, you've gone out to Bayern Munich. Do you miss Tottenham now they're at the bottom of the league and look like they're going down?
No. If I'm honest, no. Obviously, it's a good club. I wish them the best. I watch them all the time, but obviously, Bayern Munich is where my head's at right now. I can't do his accent. I need Danny Kiriakou on, Johnny. Danny can do Harry Kane's accent. I haven't got the Harry Kane accent nailed on yet, but we'll get there. Obviously.
Yes, you lot of
phlegm, lot of fucking phlegm all over my fucking keyboard right now. Obviously.
Have you what? Oh dear. Have you got? Guys, if you're here, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I know Harry's been on the phone to Daniel. Are you still on the phone to Daniel?
No, obviously I haven't spoken to him for a year or so. Obviously, about to sign a new contract for Bayern Munich, so there's no relegation fee. So I doubt very much I'll come back to Tottenham, especially if we're in the Championship. But listen, wishing them well, but obviously.
We can't go there just so, Mojo. We can't.
I can do Vinay as long as I don't get cancelled. I can do Vinay if you want.
Go on then.
We might get cancelled here.
Go on.
Fuck it. Hello. I don't know. I should take this one off.
Oh dear. We're getting cancelled in the morning.
Yeah, let's get off this one. Let's get off this one. Right
there, get off that one just in case.
Who should we go to?
Have you do oh dear. Oh, Sonny, you piled on a few pounds since you've been out in LA. Oh, dear.
I'm not going to do an accent there. I'll definitely
don't do an accent. We'll definitely get cancelled. How about have you got Daniel
making his debut on the show? Is Lubo, everybody. Lubo. Daniel Levy, Hulk smash. 25 years smash.
7 how to wake up Lubo. Talk to him about Daniel Levy or his 7-point manifesto. Oh dear.
Let's go back to normal. Let's go back to normal. There we go.
Oh. Guys, you can't say we don't give you a bit of comedy here on this show. We got a couple of super chats. Sean, let's see.
By the way, we got to play the tune because we're absolutely getting cancelled.
Oh no, it happened again. What did he just say? I guess it's time to say goodbye. We're getting canceled today.
I love this show. We need some humour, especially if you're Spurs fans. Roy Viking out there in Norway. I honestly think there are Spurs players who genuinely want relegation because the crowd is constantly on their backs with the booing. But this is what we're saying. How can you as a player, it's part and parcel of being a player. You got to rise above it. You mean they've never been booed? You know?
Yeah. They resent people. Like, I don't get it. It's like I want all the adulation. I want to be able to chant and I want people to sing my name when I'm scoring goals, when I'm playing well. But the second that I'm putting in a shit performance, the idea that these people are dissatisfied is intolerable, and unconscionable to these players. Like you get the rough with the smooth. You take the bitter with the better in life, or whatever you're doing, Johnny. Whatever life you lead. Like, if you do a good job, you should be rightly rewarded. And if you are paid,
100%.
and if you get into a contract with someone and you don't perform, there should be consequences for your actions. I'm not talking about the extremes of like sacking and backing or whatever, but like in the guise of football, through the lens and the context of which football is, there are manifestations and ramifications for outperformance and underperformance. You're going to get people singing your name one way or the other. Right.
Oh, that's all right.
They're either singing your name like in adulation if you score a goal, but if you fuck up, people are going to groan, people are going to moan, because that's the other side of the coin. To think that it's a one-way ticket to everything being positive in your life, it's so frustrating that I look at the football club that we've got right now, and I think that I don't know if other players feel that way. I don't think that they do, and I genuinely. Like I look at the Chelsea players hate it. The Chelsea players, the Manchester United players, do Newcastle United players, do they resent their fans if they're going through a bad period and the fans boo their players off the pitch? Did the Crystal Palace players were booed off against Panathinaikos or whoever it was the other day, right? Limassol, whatever it was, right?
Paphos.
Paphos.
Yeah.
Do they? No, it wasn't Paphos. It was Limassol, wasn't it? It was like a weaker team.
No,
I'm sure
Paphos.
It was Paphos.
Paphos. Yeah, Paphos. What do they say? I'm not playing. Mr. Glasner. Yes. Do you mind if I come into your office and have a word? They were booing me, and quite honestly, I can't face going to play on the weekend. I just can't do it. I need to have a rest. My mental health's been affected. Look, mental health is a serious thing, but you can't cry. This is the job.
Only in serious circumstances.
Yes, of course.
If you go to war and you see someone's head get blown off next to you and you come back with PTSD, I have all the sympathy in the world. If you have an accident and you're paraplegic, I'll bang the drum for whatever you need to get your recovery. If you're someone that's I don't know, that you lost your parents shortly, you lost your parents recently and you're struggling to do your work because you missed them and you're going through mourning. 100%. I'm there for
not being booed.
This isn't grief. This isn't grief. This isn't mourning. This isn't trauma. This is fucking losing a game of football, and you're acting like you need a psychologist. I mean, what are we doing? Have we literally gone about? Is it the culture at the football club that allows that thing to manifest, Johnny? Or have we just made the mistake in our acquisition strategy where we have literally gone out and
weak individuals, right? Don't judge a person by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, is what Martin Luther King said. And, I would say don't judge someone just by what they can do on a football pitch. But what is the content of their character? Look at Ndombele, for example. God-given talent, right? Yeah. Unbelievable talent. He had the application, right, of a guy who can't be asked to get out of bed. And, that it's more than that. And the thing is, to be able to take the adulation but have absolutely no stomach for the criticism is, I'm sorry, it's just not on. If you don't like it, get off social media. Don't be on social media. You and I, Sean, right? We're on social media, okay? We put ourselves out here. We're going to get abuse. I have people who abuse me. People have abused you, right? And what do we do?
Yeah.
Do I sit down there reading them all? I can't believe what he said to me. I can't believe what he said to me, right?
Hey, you just shake it off, and you very quickly come. First of all, you very quickly get a thick skin. Right.
Correct.
That's what happened in my experience. Right. The first couple of months of me doing it, people calling me every name under the sun. I was like, I don't like that. It's not very nice. But then, so you grow a thick skin. Secondly, you realize that they're not really angry with you. They're angry with the situation. And thirdly, sometimes you get to meet some of the people in public and they introduce themselves to you and they realize that they don't, when they say they want to smash you in the face, they don't want to do it in public. They want to get a selfie. And you look at some of the people that have been horrible to you and you kind of go, oh, why did I ever lose sleep? Why did I ever lose sleep wondering about why you don't like me? Like, you're not my type of person anyway. And that's the way that the world works, right? You're never going to please all the people all the time. If you try to do so, you're never going to have a strong opinion. And then you're never really going to be worth listening to unless you have a strong opinion anyway. Stop caring about other people. My dad taught me this phrase when I was about 18. If you haven't laid me, made me, or paid me, then I don't really care what it is that you think of me. I.e., if you're not my girlfriend, if you're not my parents, or you're not my boss, then why should I give a fuck what you think? Right? And these players, for me, they are so dialed into this notion that they're hot stuff that they're just not, they're not, I don't know, fine-tuned. They're not dialed into the notion that, you know what, life isn't perfect. You might think it is because you've had everything go your way, but you know what? It's good for you to go through rough times because you in order to understand heaven, you need to know hell. In order to appreciate love, you need to have felt hate. You need to know the yin and the yang. You need to have felt this to appreciate that. And these guys just, all they want is the good and they don't want the bad. And when the bad comes along, they're not used to it. They don't appreciate that it's actually useful, right? It's not win or, it's not like succeed or fail. It's succeed or learn. It's not, you learn from your mistakes, right? But these guys don't, they take it personally. We're not angry with Mickey van der Ven. We just want you to do better, bro. I'm sure you're a nice guy. I haven't got a problem with you as a person, but when I'm calling you out, it's because you're not doing what you're paid to do, which is man up and get us out of trouble. That's it.
Can I give you a positive? I'm going to give you a positive here, right? So Mikey Moore 17 years of age, wasn't 18 until end of August, right? He goes to Glasgow Rangers, first big move away. He gets there and the manager is absolutely clueless. Absolutely clueless. He's playing him in the wrong position. He's telling him the wrong tactics. All the team is absolutely shocking. They have identified him as being the villain in the sim. They're shouting abuse at him on the pitch. He's getting abuse in social media. That kid could have crumbled. He could have easily have crumbled. But you know what? He believed in his own talent and he fought back. New manager comes in, speaks to the new manager. They now sing his name. They now sing his name. Now you can crumble. You can crumble and go, infamy, infamy. They've all got it in for me, right? They don't like me. They don't like me. I can't play. I want to go home. I want to go back to Spurs.
I guarantee you that Mikey Moore will reflect on that first
100%.
6 months at Rangers when he looks back on his career and say that was the making of me.
100%.
You know what? If some of the players at Tottenham Hotspur were to maybe go and have a conversation with him, just for what it's worth, right? Have a phone call. One of the younger guys, have a phone call. How are you getting on? Right? They might be able to take this moment. They might be able to take this moment and turn it into something that they'll look back on in the future. But if they keep feeling sorry for themselves, it will get the better of them. They'll go down. They'll throw the toys out of the pram. They'll ask for a move. And you know what? They won't have learned anything from this lesson apart from I struggle under tough circumstances, and then at the first opportunity, I run. And you know what? The same thing will happen to them somewhere else. Maybe a different set of circumstances, but they will have struggles somewhere else, and they won't be better for this experience. They can make this a better experience for themselves if they actually just dial into a different mindset. But Igor Tudor, clearly, as much as I actually respect Igor Tudor, and maybe he's not saying the right words in the right order. I don't know, Johnny. Listen, to summarize, mate, I do think that old Harry probably is the right guy. If there's anyone, I don't know, but I think maybe it's just him. Maybe it's him.
You see, look, Scott, mate, Moore has found his level at Rangers. Good for him. He's 18. He's 18. We got 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds who can't compete, are not showing up. You know, he went for the Old Firm derby. I don't know if you've ever been to an Old Firm derby. There is nothing more intense than an Old Firm derby in Scotland, right? And he turned up. He was running the show last week in the Cup, right? He's more than shown up. And yeah, maybe he won't be better than a Spurs or whatever. I think he will be. I think we'll have a really good career in football. But as the saying goes, we have sayings for a reason. They are history. They are the previous generations of, messages. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Not when the going gets tough, we crumble, we fall down, and we cry and we beg someone to help us, right? And ask to be checked out. It's not what it is. We haven't got a leadership group. I mean, Archie Gray showed more bollocks in the game against Madrid and in the Palace game than the others, right? That's the truth of it, right? And it shouldn't be happening. Guys, please, if you could hit the like and the subscribe button, guys, really appreciate it. If you're here for the first time, tell us who you support and where you're from, because we've got people from all over the world. Listen, today, second half was mainly about, obviously, Tottenham for obvious reasons because of, the manager and what's going on. And the likelihood is I feel straight now that Spurs will be relegated. So, Sean, can sacking Tudor, will it make any difference? Can we still be saved? And even if we can or we can't, I'd like to know what you thought on that. And second of all, who is the only manager realistically that can come in, and he has to come in with a coach because there's no coaches left. They've all gone, right? What is the only? Can they get Zerbi in?
Well, there's something come out.
Give him a 2-year contract.
There's something come out on Twitter. I don't know who. Hang on a second. Just let me get this up.
I put Zerbi in the equation.
Hang on. Let me get it. Let me find it. Sorry, 1 second. Something this has come out a minute ago. What's this thing called? Oh, the Match Day HQ. 1 second. Let's have a look.
Relegation in the location.
So the Matchday HQ that has 80,000 followers has said, breaking, Tottenham Hotspur are set to appoint Roberto De Zerbi as their next manager, with the club preparing to sign him in the coming days. And that's coming from a guy called Nicola Shearer.
Alan's mate.
Who's got 400,000 subscribers. And he's obviously Italian. It looks like he's an Italian guy. Oh yeah, he's an Italian journalist, and he's saying that Tottenham have identified Roberto De Zerbi.
Decent club. Are we going to have another one of them?
Decent club. I'll go and see if I can do the accent of. Here we go. This is the geezer. This guy said it. He's got 400,000 followers. Sports journalist.
Shearer.
There you go. Tottenham Hotspur are set to appoint De Zerbi.
I think he's
Jesus
mental
Christ,
enough.
man. I don't know about this one. I really like De Zerbi. I love his football. I love his personality. I think it will be absolute firecracker stuff if it's true. But I've got to be honest, mate. If these players are like mollycoddled and precious and basically, weak,
he'd have Johan Lang over a desk in the first week.
He'd have Romero over a desk in the first. I'd love to see what Romero did to him.
Romero might like him. Romero might like him because he'd stand up to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a good possibility of that. So
don't know if it's true though. Don't know if it's true.
Who do you think? I basically think that De Zerbi, if you give him a 2-year contract or 18-month contract, could be the way out.
If you sign him and it goes tits up immediately, and you're gonna give him a permanent manager
tits
job
up anyway, mate. It's going tits
is he
up
gonna
anyway.
Is he gonna want to come in and go down?
Well, there's the option, I mean, does he get out clause if he doesn't get it and he can go if he wants? Maybe you do that.
Hey, you want to take Antonio back? They never phoned me. They phoned Igor Tudor instead. This club.
How many times did we tell him? I mean, De Zerbi, if it was De Zerbi joint manager, De Zerbi and you, Antonio, it could be kind of fiery, right?
Hey. Not the fiery Antonio, just to say what's on his mind. I am not telling no lies. I just say this club, 26 years, these are honors, the same thing. The same thing. Always me, the manager, the owners, always the players, never. Ay, va von cooler.
You need a wig.
I got the wig. Got the wig somewhere. That's up there. I got a curly wig.
No, he's the weave. The weave. He wishes. He wishes he had a wig like
this.
He looks like Nero. He looks like a Roman wig. Oh dear. Gosh, Jesus Christ. Oh dear. Listen, De Zerbi. You have to get a De Zerbi just in case. Yeah. You have to get a You have to get.
What sort of hair has he got, Roberto De Zerbi? He's got short hair, hasn't he? He's got short hair.
He's got short hair. Yeah, he's definitely got short hair. I definitely think whoever comes in has got to come in with the coach. Guys, let us know in the chat. Do you think even if they changed, even if they changed the manager, is it too late for Tottenham? No matter who you support, I think he's going down. I think we're going down. I don't think it's going to matter. How are you getting on at Napoli, Antonio? I mean, you've fallen out with the ball there a few times, threatened to leave.
Hey, you don't worry about me. I fall out with the board everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I leave the club in the same position. Absolutely pointless because I have demands that are not okay. Not okay. Let me have a look. Let me see. Is it there? Is it there? Where is he? Is he there? Hang about. Where is he? Where is he?
Is he? Guys, come on, hit the like and subscribe button. Shocking. Over 400. So,
hey! I don't know how I speak. I have no idea how I speak.
Listen, if you come to the look, you've been sacked by Marseille. Obviously, you know, you didn't get on with the board. Are you prepared to come to Tottenham and try and rescue us?
Yeah, we see. I don't know how I speak, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I could.
I don't speak. I just a punch.
Bastardo. Hang on, right. You carry on talking. 1 second. Hang on a second.
Hey, my name is Roberto de Zerbi. They came to me and they said, hey, Roberto, you fancy a 3-month with the Tottenham? I said, no, I want a 2-year, but I'll be out within a month because I will punch Johan Lang. I will punch Johan Lang. Hey, that Vina. No. Vina, no. I don't know what we're doing here. What are we doing here?
Listen, just sit there. Anyone who's coming in, right? We managed to get Zerbi to come in, and he's refusing to confirm or deny that Shearer's news that he's coming to the club is true.
This is so what's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? Got no respect. Oh dear, mate. Dear. Yeah, listen, guys, it's genuinely in tears is how all of us have been. Listen, guys, let's be honest, right? When you come to Football Inc., we are woke free. We don't give a shit if you're into all the woke stuff. We are not here to be woke. We are here to have a laugh, talk football, even when our club, our beloved Tottenham Hotspur, is on its way down and out. We're here to have a laugh. What's this? Another Fabio decision. I mean,
hey, my man Fabio. He phoned me. He phoned me back in June and May. I said I don't want to come to Tottenham. I play in Marseille. And then they phoned me last week. I said no, not on a short term. They went with Igor Tudor. Now they want me back. The Zerbi is wanted by Tottenham. So I get her the money. I make her the money, and then I go out on a bang. I say, this club. What are we doing here?
I don't know. I can't even. Do you know what? You must be.
Oh my god, this is fucking brilliant. Hey, if you pay me the money for 2-year contract in 2 a week, and by the end of April I turn around and say, this club.
Listen,
Perfect.
if you do Johan Lang, you just got to sit there.
Oh yeah, do that. Yeah,
Mr. Magnolia.
Hey, Johan, what do you got to say about this? Nothing.
Mr. Wallpaper. Well, Johan, what is the pitch you use when you're trying to sign the top players?
Top players? top players?
You know, there's rumours that you try and sign the top players with your
no, I say
personality.
I say, hello, I'm from Sweden. No, I'm from Denmark. We would like you to come to Tottenham. It's good club. Come.
And when they don't come, when they say,
hello, Adamola. Adamola, you want to come to Tottenham? I don't know why I'm doing an Italian accent again. A decent club. Hello, Adamola. You want to come to Tottenham? No? Okay.
Johan, they call you Magnolia. They call you Mr. Magnolia. I mean, do you think that's fair?
Yes. If you think I am a Magnolia, then yes, I am a Magnolia. I can't do the Swedish accent. I haven't worked on Johan.
Give me a break.
Give me a break.
This has been a top show, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. You know it makes sense. Spurs OC, listeners. Spurs OC. Thanks very much for your generous over there in Orange County, California. You're absolutely right, Sean. Total embarrassment. I'm not sure whether he's talking about his Vinay impersonation or Tottenham Hotspur. I know. Yeah, it is. Thanks very much. Very generous of you. And Eamon O'Shea became a YouTube member. Thanks very much, Eamon, for your support. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate everyone in the chat. Guys, you need to spread the word. Football Inc. is here to stay. Football Inc. is going places. Football Inc. is where you come for a bit of fun on a Saturday or during the week, okay? If you're here for serious football, we can chat that as well. We can get feisty, we can get angry, but we can have a good... We have good fun, and that's the way it should be, no matter who you support.
Yeah, this guy here. Shout out to Danny Kiriakou for all of his hard work getting the AI cam sorted out. Danny,
100%,
absolutely legend, mate. Absolutely
100%.
legend.
We couldn't have done it without you. What's this? If only in Holloway.
Oh, Danny wants to come on. Danny wants to come on as well. Hang on a second. Just
go on.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on. We don't normally have them, but we'll have him in.
Sorry, it's not Danny. It's actually not Danny. Sorry, someone else. Someone else wants to come on.
Okay. Is he coming on?
Yeah, he's coming on now. Here
we go, guys.
What are you doing,
That's
Danny?
Senator.
Harry coming on.
Where is he?
Coming on. I think he's coming on. You know what he's like though. He takes fucking hours.
He's great show, guys. Cheer me up. If you're miserable, guys, where's Levy? Do you want to get your Levy? Get your Daniel Levy out.
Hang about. Where am I? Where am I doing it?
Where is he? Come on, get your Daniel out.
Get your Daniel out for the lads.
Get your Daniel. Daniel.
Yeah, I think they'll appreciate me when I'm gone. I do. I think they'll appreciate. Don't worry about the accounts. Don't worry about the back. Listen, they just built an extension. They just built. I don't know why I'm going super camp.
Well,
where are you,
small.
Mate?
He's small. He's small in his camp, isn't he? I mean, he's small. He's camp. Listen, you were marched off. You were marched off the ground there. There's rumours that you've been fudging the books and. No. I
didn't fudge any books. I'm a commercial business, absolute empire magnate, Johnny. I haven't done no fudging. I don't know why I'm being really cruel with his accent. I've got.
Have you sent him the link?
I have sent him the link. But you know what he does? He says, send me the link, and then he probably goes for a shit or something. He's on Greek time all the time. So
hello, everybody.
Obviously.
Come on, Daddy.
Let me call him.
Hang on. We need a show as to. We want to find out exactly why Daniel didn't allow Harry to go to Man City.
Are you coming on?
I'll come in 1 second. It's loading.
Okay, it's loading. Okay.
Loading. We're loading.
He's loading it up.
Taking the time. He's loading a giant one. Yeah,
What's the game that's happening at 5:30?
It's the Arsenal game. Never heard of them.
Oh, it is. Never heard of them, no. Absolutely sensational.
Hang on 1 second.
Obviously.
So the final scores while we're waiting for those were Burnley 0, Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 0, Brighton 1, a Minte goal. So Sunderland falling down, Brighton up to 10th place. Unbelievable.
Doing well, aren't they? Doing so well.
Yeah, they were really in trouble at one stage. But what is he loading? I mean, how long does it take him to...
It does take a minute or two to get it set up, to be fair. I like this Roberto De Zerbi one. I think it catches it all quite well. So right
yeah,
sort
the
of,
dark eyes. Yeah, it's definitely it's. I mean that one.
Hey, dice club. What's he doing? Come on, Danny. He's so.
Come on, Danny. Football's starting in a minute.
He's so Cypriot. Do you want to see Sava?
Yeah, come on then.
Where's Sava?
You got to do a Sava. I remember to say, hang on a minute. I've hardly spoken.
Hang on.
Barry in the chat.
What are we doing?
Where is he? I think we're losing momentum. Guys, if you're in the chat, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, please. And if you're listening on audio, wondering what the hell's going on.
Hang on. Can I finish?
Hey, what?
Listen, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't care who the next manager is. I don't care who the next manager is.
Hands up. Got to put.
Don't
Hang
care.
on, Barry in the chat. Barry in the chat, right? If you stop
it's not
that,
loading.
I'm not.
It's not loading. Okay.
It's not loading. Oh, okay.
All right, then. Next time
Don't
we'll
worry. We'll get you on next time as a special guest. Guys, it's been great. It's been great having you. And if you're watching this back, leave some comment, drop some comments, and give us some more ideas of what we should do with the show. We'll maybe try and do one tomorrow before a couple of the games. Maybe talk about the games from from tonight, and see where we go from there. Sean, are you frozen out? Have you now?
No. It's delegation time. Come on. Da. There's a party going on right here. A delegation to last throughout the year. So bring your bad times and relegation too. We're gonna spend some time in the championship too.
Right.
Come on now.
Listen, Stel, shut the fuck up, right? Zip it, all right? Just shut the fuck up. Hey, stop pointing at me. Stop.
You defended these owners. What have you done? What have you in the chat? What have you done to force these owners out? What have you done? That's why I'm rooting for Delegation.
Oh my God. Oh dear. Guys, it's been a brilliant show. I think I wet myself.
Careful.
Oh dear. Guys, it's been a brilliant show. Thanks for coming down. We'll be doing more of this. We'll have plenty of fun. Go and enjoy the football. Go and enjoy the games. Whoever you support, hope your team wins. Hope the title race is still alive come this evening. And Spurs have a glimmer of hope of survival by tomorrow night. But it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from all of me. See you later, guys.
See you later.
Bye.